That guy does not have a dog, but there's somebody behind me. I'm looking in the mirror. It has a dog. I'm trying to figure out which trail they're taking. So it looks like they're going to take the hard trail that I want to take, which sucks. In fact, they are. Why are you taking that trail? Are you freaking kidding me? The trail that me and Nessa used to take because nobody ever took it, everybody's taking now. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why is everybody going up that trail? Why? She's like, boop. I don't know. Boop. Let's go. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's probably going to take that trail too. He's just hiking. It is really super windy out. The wind isn't actually that cold. But it is really windy, which is why I decided to come up here. It'll be... Come on, let's go. There we go. I am super tired because she did not let me sleep well last night. This guy looks like he's going to take Prospect. This other guy is, of course, taking No Name. And he's going so slow because he's old and he has just a tiny dog, like an adult dog that's smaller than her. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, we'll give him time to try and get up the trail a ways. It's like kind of spitting snow a little bit. It's really snowing to the east of us. That storm just went around us somehow. I didn't put any of this on. What are you finding? Hey, what do you got? Somebody had their... Oof, that wind is chilly, but not cold. Not as cold as it could be, let's put it that way. I think I'm gonna try and use the restroom really fast. So, hold on, everybody. Sorry. And of course, while we're doing that, somebody else headed up that trail. There's not that many people here. That means everybody's going up that trail. No, drop that. Drop it. You don't need dipping sauce for your chicken nuggets. Not even open. Leave it. No, drop it. Drop it. No. Oh, you just opened it though. Gross. You don't need ranch, you sicko. Gross. We are no longer most likely pooping. Oops. There we go. I might have to put my mittens on. Man, now that I'm out in it, that wind is cold. It's only 37 degrees out. She's done. She's like, I'm done. Let's go. I'm done. I'm gonna throw this away properly since somebody else. People are a bunch of fucking pigs out here. Like, all their garbage is out here. McDonald's cups are out here even. It's like there's garbage cans here that you can use. Okay, let's get out of here because this guy's gonna back up and leave. So yeah, that guy's leaving. One guy just took off this way. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 other vehicles here. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 other vehicles here, unaccounted for. That means 2 of those vehicles for whatever reason are going up this trail. That is a 50% people going up this trail versus Powerline, 1906, Prairie, Prospect. This used to be the most unused trail. Why is everybody going up this trail now? I don't get it. There's nothing special about it. I think this one is though coming here because it is not near as windy as it would have been. The only other place we could have gone is 10 Mile, which we'll be at tonight. So, and that would have been full force of the wind. I mean, we'll catch the wind up here too. I don't know if we'll make it all the way to the top. We'll have to see what the conditions are like once we get up there. Oh, because I guarantee the top will be a little bit icy. The top will be very windy. I mean, we'll feel the full force of the wind up there. But here, I mean, we can feel the wind, but it's not like, you know, too bad. I spoke about it yesterday, about how many people are using this trail in the last 2 years. So, even more so in the last 3 months. And the only thing I can think of is the fact that when, well, 2 reasons. So, one, I was last year, pretty much, last 2 years really, pretty much whenever I would hang around here, I was the local legend for almost every single segment up here. But on top of that, after Nessa passed away, I saved her route that she liked to do. It's about a 4-mile route. And this is the very first part of it. And I saved it as a public route named Nessa's Route. And so it's the only route up here. So if you're looking for routes on Strava, I'm talking, the only one that's going to pop up here is Nessa's Route. And that's probably why this is getting a lot more use. As far as Strava segments go, I don't think this is a Strava segment. It might be now. because like I said, this is not, never was a popular trail. Because it's only short. It's a short little segment that joins Powerline. Well, Powerline is the most famous trail out here. People want to do Powerline because it's steep. So, as far as the Strava segment goes, Powerline is definitely the most popular. So why are people not doing it? Because it's one trail that goes all the way to the top, the most direct route to the top, other than having to go on Powerline alternate, which there isn't even a signpost for anymore. I think this segment is still there. But again, I go back to the fact that even that never has been very popular. Like last year, I don't know how many times I would, because I always took it, because that's what Nessa always wanted to do. And last year I would come up the front side on that trail, and there'd be people on the top, and they're like, I always wondered like where that trail went. Like, but they were scared to do it because they didn't know where it went. Like, I even had a girl a few months ago follow me up that. Well, it would have been last fall, so probably 6-7 months ago. Like last November or so. Who had never taken it. But because I was taking it, she was like, followed me because she figured I knew what I was doing. And she always wanted to go on it, so she figured if somebody else is going on it, she wouldn't look like an idiot. But it's not marked anymore. It used to be marked with a big signpost saying Powerline alternate. Man, I am gassy today. Gassy. But I did eat the last of my beans. Last weekend, when I went into the grocery store just to buy a few essentials, they had so many things on sale, like cheap. So I ended up buying a bunch of stuff, and one of them was a bone-in ham. It was like a freaking, what'd I get? Like darn near, I think it was like a 14-16 pound ham, something like that. For 49 cents a pound. I'm like, I can't pass that deal up. Because I can cut the ham up and use it for all sorts of things. And I still have probably 10 pounds of ham left. Okay, there's the latest person right there. Moving slow ahead of us. Having to take frequent breaks. But that could be because the person that's ahead of them that I mentioned first off when we were sitting in the vehicle, that is definitely not moving fast. So this person could be moving slow just to give them some time. So we'll do the same. She's wanting to just sniff the snow and stuff here anyways. So anyways, I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Oh, ham. So I've been like having a lot of times from like my lunch or second breakfast, some ham and eggs, and then But one thing I did, because after I cut all the ham off the bone, I had the bone with still lots of little bits of ham and stuff on it. So I just soaked some beans, because I always have a big bag of pinto beans, usually dried pinto beans. My favorite are Anasazi beans, but those seem to be hard to find anymore. So usually it's pinto beans. So I just made a huge old vat of beans and threw the bone, the ham bone in there, and just let it cook, and threw some sofrito base in there, and some onions, and I don't know what else, jalapenos, bell peppers, so that's about it. But flavor wise, it was really good. Oh, spinach, I threw spinach in at the very end just to add a little more good greens to it. What's this guy doing? He is going so slow, and now he's putting his dog on a leash. Nari, come here. Hold up. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's a little frustrating though that all these people are freaking, yeah, good girl, yeah. Chose this way out of all the ways. The most unpopular way, for some reason, is the most popular way. And they're going so slow. If they didn't have a dog, I wouldn't care. And they're looking back because they know I'm pushing them. If they didn't have a dog, I wouldn't care. I'd just go past them. But since they have a dog, it's just awkward. This is so frustrating. I mean, they have every right to be out here as well. I'm not complaining about them personally. I'm complaining that the freaking timing, like, it's like this all the time. It's like at 10 Mile the other night. We showed up there. There was one car in the parking lot, and I could see the guy coming. Gonna be almost done. Nari, slow down. Slow down. And I could see the guy coming from the other direction. So I was like, okay, well, let's get going this way. And it's like, as soon as I turned the engine off, 4 people came ripping into the parking lot. And it was like they were racing each other to see who could get out on the trail first. And they all had like 7 dogs. It's like, what the hell is like, why? Nobody was going there and it wasn't like I was at the top of an hour or, you know, the middle of an hour or anything. It was just like some random time. And all of a sudden there's like all these people with all their dogs showing up. What are you eating? I don't even want to know. Oh, somebody's coming down the trail now. Nice. That's a big old husky. Scared the shit out of me. I thought it was a wolf at first. No, who knows where. That dog's just running randomly. I don't think it's somebody coming off the trail. I think it's somebody on power line. Because I don't even know where his dog is. Like, that dog was way the hell over here. Now he's running way the hell over there to power line. Like, what the hell? My dog was that far away. I'd be losing my shit. I didn't even hear that person calling the dog's name or anything. And the worst part is, it was coming from this direction, which means it was even further away. And then it ran and stopped here on the trail. That's why I thought it was somebody coming down. But then he took off going to power line, which is over there, a good, I don't know, 1,000 yards? No, probably not 1,000. At least probably 300 yards or so. 500 yards maybe. You can see the power line right there. That's why they call it Power Line Trail. It's that next, it's the next ridge over. Next spur, I should say. It's not really a ridge, it's a spur. Even though a spur does technically have a ridge on it. She's gonna make it to the top since we're moving so slow. Even if the footing isn't too bad, she's already looking a little bit cold. So we might just take and cut across over to Prospect and go down. We'll see. We will see. Because the problem is with these two slow pokes in front of us, if we do decide to go all the way to the top, they're going to get there at the same time as we are, because they'll most likely, one of them will definitely take alternate, as you know what. And that is such a narrow trail that even if you wanted to pass, you can't. In good conditions, let alone with it like this. But, the other thing that makes me just frustrated is the fact that these two people that came up this trail, that means that they were sitting in their vehicles for a long time, because there was nobody ahead of us on the street. The only guy that came in at the same time as us is the guy that went towards Prospect. He was right behind me. So that means they sat there forever. And then they saw me and this other guy show up. And so they decided, oh, we better go now. It's like, and then they chose this route out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of the 6 routes, they chose this route. With these conditions, which here is not bad at all, but up there is going to be shitty. Guaranteed. Tough part is from here, I can see the top, like not even necessarily a false summit. Yeah, I'm looking at, probably 20 feet from the summit, because I can't see the top crest, but so we figure out where this guy's at. It's hard to see because all the trees. I can't tell. But I mean, we still have, distance-wise, it's not bad at all. Maybe a third of a mile. What do we have here? Yeah, about a third of a mile. Elevation-wise, we still got to do about 300 feet of invert in 1/3 of a mile. So that guy's actually a little ways ahead now. We should be okay. Since I stopped and took my time. The wind is really swirly. Sometimes it's coming out of the south. And it's now, like right now, it's coming out of the freaking northeast. Actually straight east, not even the northeast, straight east. And being that it's a cold front right now, it should be coming out of the northwest. It's just weird. And it just keeps changing direction too. Now it's coming out of the northwest. It's like, now it's like pretty much straight north. It keeps just changing direction, swirling around. Hopefully this guy goes straight instead of up the alternate. Again, that first guy, I have no idea how far up he is. Sorry I'm going so slow today, guys. It's just because I'm trying to avoid, there's 2 people in front of me that are going way slower than me. So I'm trying to take my time. Like you might even notice, usually I'm like breathing really hard, my heart rate's up. Yeah. No, I'm just chilling. We're just chilling. We're just doing a nice little leisurely stroll. And everybody has their own abilities, like their ability groups, I guess you could say. Own speed. But my chill speed is still faster than this guy's pushing his speed, because he has to keep, I keep watching him and he has to keep stopping and taking breaks. We need to make sure to keep her in check though, because she's going to look up and see the guy and the dog up ahead if we get too close. Nari, hey, no. I want to go say hi. Just stay there. Nari, just stay. You don't have to run up ahead. Yeah, just stay. So I can see where this guy's at. I mean, we could change it up and go to the left here and go up Hogback and back down, because everybody is going up this way for some reason. Well, this part of the trail is the most popular. But back there on No Name, that is not the popular trail, but everybody chose it today. And it seems like everybody's been choosing it the last like 6 months. Again, 2 years ago, me and Nessa were the only people going up that trail. You know, she's getting frustrated because she knows there's some people up there. She wants to go faster. Because she just like gave a little like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a little snort of frustration. Alright, slow down. She's like, what? There's people up there. I need to go say hi. No, you don't. The guy put his leash on or his dog on a leash, so that's why I don't want her to run up there. I don't want her to run up there anyways, because people have zero, and I mean zero, situational awareness while out on these trails. And so she'll go running up behind them, which is fine. But then she'll try and tackle them, tackle the back of their leg, jumping up to say hi. It's like, don't do that to people in general. Definitely don't do it. Sneak attack from behind on a freaking trail where it's super steep, and obviously a lot of these people, it's right at the edge of their abilities. Well, we will only be here for about another 2 weeks, and then we're gonna head south. I gotta figure out, when we get down there, we'll figure out where we're gonna actually spend a little bit of time at. The North Kaibab Plateau just got another batch of snow, and I think this guy went up alternate because I don't see him ahead of us. And if it went up alternate, then I definitely would have lost him in the trees. But straight ahead, I can still see pretty far. Unless I goofed off enough to let him get over the rise, but this is the part of the trail that I was worried about. It didn't dip below freezing. It's still cold, but so it should be okay because the snow should be a little bit soft still. We'll see. As long as it's not frozen over, we'll be good. Everybody always talks about the Manitou Incline and how hard it is and all that. This is very similar in a lot of aspects. I mean, the average incline of this is almost exactly the same. I don't know how high or how far the Manitou Incline is, though. I watched one guy on TikTok the other day. He was doing a video about it, spitting facts about going up the incline. He must have done it quite a few times, so he was obviously considering himself an expert and whatever. But I'm like, dude, me personally, earlier on in the video, when he was talking all this, and I get it. If you're like somebody that is less than moderate level of fitness, you have to take it easy, like he was saying. If you like started off being like, talking about on the lower, like, you need to make sure you don't push it too hard, because it'll seem really easy, but you don't want to wear yourself out and all this kind of stuff. And then he got to this one section, which is right before the incline gets to be, 60% like this is. It's actually quite nice with the snow being soft like this. Not icy at all, but this rocky section will be questionable. Oh yeah, there's ice underneath some of this. But anyway, he was taking a break. He's like, this is where you want to take a break and all that, because this is where it gets really hard. And I say this because, one, the guy did not look like he would be that much out of shape. Like, he looked like he was kept himself moderate level of shape, of fitness. But while he's taking the video talking about how this is where you want to take a snack break and whatever for the final push, some mom carrying her infant on the front of her, like in one of those little harness things, who, let's just say, had a few pounds on her. Well, still had her mom pounds from the pregnancy on her, at least. And she just went by him like no big deal. And it just made me laugh, because the whole time I'm like looking at this and I'm like, well, it's not as difficult as he's making it sound from somebody coming from somebody like me. But I do have, compared to most people, a much higher level of fitness, especially when it comes to climbing things. And this was a video from only like a week ago or something. At least he posted it a week ago. But he was talking about how, like, it took him an hour or something to get up there, probably more than that. But he was talking about how, like, the fastest time up it was like 17 minutes and something. And I'm like, whatever time he spouted was wrong, because Remy Bonnet holds the fastest time on that, and he just set that again. He had it from like 2 years ago, and he just set it again, lowered his own time here about 6-7 months ago. The time he was, I don't know what he was spouting. It wasn't even like Remy Bonnet's old time. So I don't know where he was getting his times from. I'm pretty sure fastest known time is the one that is the record keeping for that segment. Maybe he was just looking at like a Gaia or All Trail or Strava time or something. Although I'm pretty sure Remy's on Strava. Okay, those two older guys definitely took the main route up. So we should be able to get up and get off of here before they get up here. Or at least really close to when the first guy shows up. anyways, she's not gonna be able to get up. She just figured it out, so she's coming around. Well, there is a chance of weather today. It's coming over right now. It's a little windy up here. Holy cow. Everybody's like, let's get the F off of here. It's freaking cold. It's coming up over the top of the Continental Divide, so we're gonna get down off here. I want to get down off of here anyways before these other guys show up. I can see the first guy coming up right here, so let's get going before they get up here, because one of them has the first guy has a little tiny yappy dog that probably doesn't like other dogs. Wow, just that little bit with the froze my face. Oh my goodness, my face is frozen. And my ear is aching because the wind was going underneath my hat. Surprisingly, that climb up, well, although we did take it really slow since we were trying to avoid people, but surprisingly my legs are not as tired as I thought they would be after leg night last night at the gym. Because that run last night was horrendous with tired legs. Of course, that was, 15 minutes after I got done lifting legs. So they had not recovered at all. But I woke up today and my legs were stiff. I could definitely tell I worked out my legs in the gym last night, but they weren't really like super tired though. They're just stiff. So hopefully I still feel that little niggle I need to get fixed before UTCT. And I still have still has 7 months, so I am going to take and do a longer training block for this race. We are not going to have any problems in our training block like we did for UTMB. I have no idea what time we're shooting for. I gotta plug my phone in. Hold on. I don't know what time I'm gonna be shooting for or anything, because I need to look at the total course profile, and then I compare it to other individuals that are similar ability groups as me, see what their average times are, all that kind of stuff, and then I'll set a goal. I mean, that's a good thing to do as a coach for any athlete. So I do it for myself too. I use the same technique on myself. You always want to keep your goals realistic and attainable. I mean, that doesn't mean you can't shoot. You shoot for a goal that you can work on, but you want to make sure it's attainable. I'm not going to be like trying to set you know, have my goal being, I'm going to set a course record. There's no way I could do that. Maybe if I was 15 years younger than I am right now, I would, you know, I could take and spend a year training trying to build up to that, but I still wouldn't be able to do it because I just don't have the genetics for it. Your best runners, not only do they work hard, but they have the genetic makeup for it. They, you know, they have higher VO2 max, higher running economy. And if you have those two things and then you put the work in, I mean, that's how you're the best. It doesn't mean you can't, you know, offset a lot of, you know, it's like Sage Canada after his blood clots in his lungs. His VO2 max is like 10 points lower, but he can still compete because his strength and running economy is still higher than most people, so he can still compete with some of the best because he has that over them. But going against somebody like, he'll never be able to compete against, you know, like Killian or Jim Walmsley, who have just as good running economy and have just skyrocketed, like some of the highest VO2 max out there. Which feeds into what your velocity is at lactate threshold. So like me, my lactate threshold is like 90% of my VO2 max. Somebody like Walmsley or Sage Canada or some of them, and they're pushing like that 97. Well, come on, Murray. 97%, they're able to reach that higher. So then their pace at lactate threshold is faster than somebody who may have a VO2 max higher than them, but sitting at 90%. That's what I'm talking about. You want to go that way? I don't really want to go that way. I want to go this way. Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll go this way. I have nothing against that other way. We've just gone that way 2 times in a row now. I want to switch it up, go somewhere else. Oh. My sunglasses, because it almost looked like the sun wanted to peek out, but and it still, I mean, I can make out the circle of the sun, so it's not super thick cloud covering. We're on top of the ridge, and the wind was coming from the direct west. Now we're on the east side of the mountain, and the wind is coming from the straight east. That's what I was talking about, with the wind just kind of swirling around doing whatever it's doing. So weird. So weird. It's almost like, can you ever get out of the wind? But it's not too bad. Like now there's zero wind. It's just swirls every now and then. Kind of like down in the Livingston area where Paradise canyon where Yellowstone River comes through the mountains right there. And no matter what direction it seems the wind is coming from, unless it's coming from the straight north, but any other direction, because of the way that Paradise Canyon or Paradise Valley directs the wind, it always comes from straight south, right out of the mouth where the river comes through the mountains there between the Absaricas and the Gallatin Range. And it's like windy and gusty, and it's always coming from the south. That's where the opening is. Wind could be coming from west, east, south, any of that combination. I would even argue to say that even from like the northeast and northwest, it'll still, right there in that little period, it'll be coming from the straight south at like 40, 50, or sometimes even more mile-an-hour gusts. I will say though, it is better right now than I woke up in the middle of the night and it was howling outside. Like I had my window shut and I could hear how freaking hard that wind was just howling through the buildings. Because of what we saw coming over the Continental Divide, there was definitely another band of weather coming. It was definitely snowing up on the Continental Divide, so I don't think it'll probably snow down here, but it won't stick because it's so warm. This today, like through tomorrow morning, I guess I should say, this winter weather advisory for this little band is less than an inch of accumulation, so that tells you this. It might get more precipitation than that, but it'll just be rain. Like tomorrow, even there's another winter storm warning for all day tomorrow through like tomorrow night, but it's mostly just going to be rain. But anyways, just in case the temperature drops, bottoms out for whatever reason, because you never know when you're going to just like a little polar or a pocket of like polar air, it could just dump snow. Is it this next weekend that I have something? Oh yeah, I think it's when I'm supposed to go to Billings. And I haven't decided yet if I'm truly going to do that or not. Because if we do, what I might do is go over to Bozeman the day before so that I can get the stuff out of the mailbox. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to do it like on Tuesday or Wednesday. But, and then just stay in the van, park in one of my friends' driveways. Well, not necessarily the driveway, but out on the street in front of their house. And and then just leave early the next day. So it's only like a 2-hour drive versus a 3.5-hour drive. Since I have to be there around, I actually don't know when it starts. I think we get free. Oh, here's this old lady I saw earlier. She didn't go this way though. She's hauling ass. She went up like 1906, or power line. She's coming down this way. Nari, hey, slow down. Just take your time. Just take your time. That's all you gotta do. I actually thought this old lady left. I'm so confused. That is definitely her. I thought like she was coming out of the restroom and I thought she was going to her vehicle after that. She must have just been walking around the end of the parking lot and up on the power line or something. I mean, she was hauling ass. Definitely not moving as slow as those two old guys were. Makes me think of the very first time I ever came up here. And we're just gonna take our time. And I was going up power line with a buddy from work who did it all the time. And even he would he could, walk up power line for 30 seconds and then take a break for 30 seconds. I was going 3 or 4 steps and then having to rest for 30 seconds. That's how out of shape I was. And this older lady in her 70s, she just booked it right up power line. And before I was able to make it halfway, she was running down. And then before I even got to the top the next time, even close to being at the top, she was going past me again back up. And then before I made it all the way to the top, she was coming back down. And then on our way down, she was going up again. And then when we got back down, she was back down again. And I talked to her, and I'm like, lady, you're well, I asked her, I didn't want to be rude, but I was like, how old are you? And she told me she was in her 70s. And I'm like, gosh dang. How many times do you go up and down this? She was like, I go up and down 8 times a day. I'm like, that is nuts. That is just nuts. I mean, there is something to be said about those memes where they always talk about the old ladies going hiking past you with their trekking poles, while you're breathing hard and dying. And they're just like, doo, 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 doo. She was the stereotypical example of that meme, of those memes. And I should mention, it was 80, 85 degrees out too. And power line is very exposed. It's not like it's a nice, shaded trail by any means. Let me plug oops, I dropped my glove. Oops, sorry about the camera work. I'm trying to wind my cord back up to put it in my pocket. Pick my glove back up. I don't know what I want to have for breakfast. I got frozen waffles. They were on sale, a killer sale last night. So I could have waffles. I still got eggs and ham. So I could have ham. I do have, like I said, I have probably about 6 pounds. I have a gallon bag of just cubed up ham in the freezer. But I kind of want to save that for when we leave here in 2 weeks. because that would make for some good breakfast. Well, even for dinner, like throw like 4 ounces of that in some ramen. I need to live very cheaply. Plus ramen, you know, if it doesn't spoil, it's just gonna I can throw it in my, for lack of better terms, pantry. My little storage cube that I use for my dry goods. And then just throw like a little bit of that in there for some protein. It'd be tasty. I usually throw a little bit of egg in there. Again, for those that are joining, we're just taking it nice and slow. Let's go this way. Nari! Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll go this way. Come on. Because we can just go down this and then cut back. And we can actually run that way. Yeah, we'll go this way. Instead of walking to try and avoid the old lady in front of us. Not because I necessarily want to avoid the old lady. I just don't want Butthead here, who has 0 trail manners, to run up behind and tackle her back of her leg from behind. Reader's Connector Trail. I'm going to go this way and then cut back. I think I should still be good for signal. I think I can still get signal right where this comes in. But I know if I go a little bit further, then I lose it. At least can get a little running in and avoid as many people as we can. Get a little bit extra distance. It's a win-win. Obviously, now that we're out of the wind, she's okay. She's obviously not tired. Huh. And this is a treat for you guys because you've never seen this trail before. Also, I've never been on this trail. I've been on each end of it because this is just a little cut across to the connector, which is down below us. So we're gonna get onto the connector and then go back. So we still gotta drop probably 100 feet, I would say. Oh, this is the trail right here. This is where we head back. No, Nari. I thought it was a little further down. I thought it was a little further down. Now we can cut back. Old lady should be almost to the parking lot by now. We can just run the rest of the way in. Again, she's obviously not tired. Yesterday was so weird. I mentioned it in the morning run, but man, she just was dropping deuce after deuce, like just huge loads. And she ate so much food like the day before, and I think it was like her first day of being free fed, so I think in her brain she was like, because she went through a week of, how was my food dead already? I had more than enough to make it back. Holy cow, that dropped 25% in 4 minutes. What the hell? Hopefully we can still make it back. Anyways, so I think she was like, you know, because she was always hungry, but pretty much for the week before that, because she had to eat small frequent meals. So she was just like, I'm gonna eat. I got food, so I'm gonna eat as much as I can. I've always wondered what this goes to. Reader's Trail. So that's okay, so that's where that came from, up there. Okay. And that goes down to Reader's Trail. I wonder where that comes out of. Yeah, we're going this way. Oh, there's a doggo up here. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, is that old lady? Or not that lady, it's somebody else. Completely different. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, come on, Nari. Nari, come on. Good girl. Okay. So that wasn't the old lady I saw at the beginning. That was somebody different. So. Oh, Nari, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You gotta learn anyways. Gotta learn not to just run up on people. Yeah, that's your own fault. You gotta learn. That dog didn't want to say hi. It wasn't like unfriendly. It just didn't want to deal with a puppy up in his face, or her face, whatever. So just kind of snapped at her a little bit. Nari didn't know how to take it. Well, guess what? You gotta learn. That's the only way she's gonna learn it. I keep trying to tell her, don't run up on people until you get told that it's okay. Anyways, that was somebody dressed the same. I think that's the person that I saw in front of us on the trail, and then they came back that way. That's why I was so confused about how the old lady got way over there. Like, how the old lady get in front of us on this trail? They both had blue coats. They were both older, but that was not the same old lady, because the old lady I saw didn't have any sort of hat or anything on. It had bright silver hair, like shoulder length hair. That lady had a headband, and her hair was more, you could tell it was dyed, but kind of a dirty blonde color, I guess. Wow, there's a lot of cars here now. It is, oddly enough, even though we're right before the, I mean, we saw that system coming over the top of the Continental Divide. It has gotten nice out here now. Oh, okay. There's that good looking van again. Lift kit and tires installed. Holy cow, it got busy here. Where did you find that one? I threw one away already. Gosh dang you. No, you gotta drop that. You don't get that. No, leave it. Sorry. Hey. No. Leave it. Leave it. Come here. You gotta give me that. Thank you. I am so... Oh, jeez. That was weird. I am so glad she is way better at giving me things out of her mouth. Nessa was not that way. Yeah. Nope, you don't get that. Okay, everybody, that's gonna be it. My battery's almost dead, so I gotta end it anyways. I might see you guys tonight for gym session and trail run out 10 mile if the weather holds out. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Please smash that subscribe button on YouTube. If you have a free Prime sub and you're not using it, please use that on my channel on Twitch. And follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. Follow me on my socials, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.